Hello everyone, Martin here, back with another Legacy video, playing Doomsday today, and finally got my hands on this card here, Beseech the Mirror, which has been doing the rounds in the MTGO queues. Pretty exciting new card. All in all, like pretty exciting times to be a combo player, a spell-based combo player in Legacy. We got the Mind Zyron ban, and then this card was printed. Where in the like where in the pantheon of great legacy spell-based combo engines this is going to land, I'm not sure. I have not played with it enough, only so far one league, and I've played against it a few times, and it certainly is very powerful. So, in case you're unfamiliar, the way this works is you cast this and pay the bargain cost, which is that you sacrifice an artifact, enchantment, or token as this spell is cast. So it's part of the cost. And then you get to Demonic Tutor for a card and that costs 4 or less and cast it without paying for it. So very quickly, some smart people identified that this comboed really well with Gaia's Will, which basically is Yawgmoth's, like fixed Yawgmoth's Will, and color shifted. So this basically means you can cast all cards in your graveyard until the end of turn, and if a card would go there, it is exiled instead. So it doesn't require that much. So let's say you have like a Chrome Mox to cast and 2 rituals and Beseech the Mirror and a land. So you cast the Chrome Mox. You don't need to imprint anything on it. You cast 2 rituals. That Storm is 3. Then you cast Beseech the Mirror, bargaining away the Chrome Mox. That's Storm 4. You get Gaia's Will, and that's Storm 5. Then you cast the 2 rituals from the graveyard once again. And that's Storm 7. You cast Chrome Mox, Storm 8, Beseech Storm 9, and get Tendrils of Agony, because you sack the Chrome Mox that you played again from the graveyard. Anyways, it's a pretty lean Tendrils line that you don't need that many resources to get to. I've seen this show up in like Ant, and I would imagine that Tess is trying it as well, and that might be a better home. But I've also seen some smart Doomsday players put it into a shell like along these lines and call it DDFT with Beseech the Mirror. And DDFT is an old abbreviation which stood for Doomsday Fetchland Tendrils. And that was a storm deck that won with Doomsday. It had a storm kill. It may have had Lab Man when that card was printed, Laboratory Maniac. But prior to that, it just killed with Tendrils. It played Sensei's Top, Burning Wish, 4 LEDs, all the good stuff. So this is a pretty far cry from that, but it's yeah, just to touch on the name. So immediately I am a little bit concerned about whether or not we're going to have enough sack outlets for the bargain price on Beseech the Mirror. I saw Max Torsion tweet a list that played a couple of copies of Urza's Saga and main deck Orcish Bowmasters, because you can bargain away the token, or you can bargain away the Saga itself, the token from the Bowmasters. I tried that. That was the league I just played, and I don't know. Bargaining away lands is not the greatest because you can't replay them, assuming you've made your land drop. So let's say that I had situations come up where I went like turn 1 Underground Sea, cast a cantrip. Turn 2 I had Urza's Saga, Beseech the Mirror, and some rituals in my hand, but I didn't have something to bargain after like Beseech resolved. So I resolved Beseech, bargain away the Saga, but I already used my land drop, and without like a Chrome Mox or a Petal or LED or something, there was nothing I could replay from my graveyard to then get bargained on the second go around, because that is, unless your opponent is really low on life, if you're trying to win with Gaia's Will, then you have to Beseech twice to get the Tendrils. So, and I added a Vault of Whispers, which is also does the artifact land thing that Saga does. That I just spent some time explaining wasn't that good, but I have one land, one artifact land, and then I added 2 Chrome Mox, but I'm not sure if it's enough. And Max's list also had the Orcish Bowmasters, but I felt really light on protection. Max's list didn't play Daze; it played basically 4 Force of Will, 2 Thoughtseize as the only disruption, and that felt quite low. I do kind of like the idea of the main deck Bowmasters though, so I'm not sure if there's a way to find some space. I might actually just before I start the league, I might actually make a little tweak here. Let's see, we add those two. I don't feel terrible cutting a Cabal Ritual, seeing as I've added the Chrome Moxen. And then like we're at 14 lands, but 2 Lorien revealed. Maybe that can stand to be 1 Lorien revealed. Yeah, I think maybe I like this setup. Yeah, one thing you may wonder about this copy of Ask for Told. I did when I saw the list initially, but this is basically if you ever get stuck with your Gaia's Will in your hand, which coincidentally happened twice for me in the league I just played, then Ask for Told doubles up as Gaia's Will number 2. So you Beseech the Mirror with Bargain, you get Ask for Told, which you can then cast without paying for it, and then it says once each turn you may pay 0 rather than the mana cost of a spell with X or less, where X is the number of time counters on it. And seeing as Gaia's Will is 0, you'll be able to cast the Gaia's Will from your hand. So, and then it's also just like it pitches to force, and this deck has some issues with the blue count. But you may also notice I'm only playing 3 copies of Beseech. That's not due to availability. I think, oops, I didn't mean to go down to 2 copies though. But I think like having 4, you sometimes end up in the 8 copies of Doomsday, situation. If that I've sometimes talked about, like if we had access to 8 copies of Doomsday, we wouldn't play them. I wouldn't, at least. I would play probably 6, and like having 8, like functionally 8 copies of a heavy mana black sorcery that sort of is supposed to win the game means you can sometimes flood out on them. Like having, say you have a Doomsday and a Beseech the Mirror in your hand, and you keep that hand, and then you draw like a second of either copy. It's not the greatest. So I think actually having this much business is fine. But yeah, it's I'm having a hard time really gauging how well this is going to turn out, so we'll have to see. And so the sideboard is just your Demir sort of stuff here. We have a couple of Brazen Borrowers to bounce stuff and act as tempo creatures in the matchups where like we may want to board into a creature package rather than have be so combo heavy. But yeah, I think that's enough talk. Let's go and see how this deck actually plays out. On the play for round number 1, and whoa. So I think I keep this. This is turn 1 Doomsday, if we were so inclined. And I think I'm going to be so inclined. It's a force check play, and we're on the play here, and we get absolutely wrecked if they have the force. Plus, we're in the sort of surprisingly unenviable position of having to actually work out what pile to build. But I still think I'm okay with this. Like the alternative play is to just cast Ponder here and be a bit more patient, seeing as we have a lot of business here. But I kind of want to go for it. And let's see if we're allowed to resolve Doomsday. Well, it didn't instantly resolve. Okay, there we go. Okay, well, this is so we have to ask ourselves some questions here. What can we beat? If we put Cavern of Souls in the pile, then we can very likely beat a a counter spell. Like if they were to draw a Force of Will. If we don't put in Lotus Petals, then we can't beat a Blood Moon. But if we put Lotus Petals in here, then suddenly this this is going to take a while, so to speak, this pile here. We could also like put in a Thoughtseize to do something with this these Chrome Moxen. So maybe I'm going to not try and beat Blood Moon, but instead, yeah, I think we want one petal here because otherwise we just lose to a Wasteland. Although maybe the petal is better as a land that can then, and then we also need a fetch land. Yeah, let's try that. Let's grab the Flooded Strand. Okay, so I'm a little bit unsure about the Thoughtseize, but it might be nice if they have like a something devastating here. Okay, so let's build it like this, and let's actually draw the Flooded Strand, and then we can ponder into the Thoughtseize if we were so inclined. Okay, so there's a Wasteland. And now it's like if they have the second Wasteland, then we just lose. But if I don't fetch and cast this Ponder, then I'm like adding like at least another turn to this. So let's just hope to fade Wasteland for 2 more turns. And I guess we'll find out right now if they have the second one already. Fuck me, they had 4 Wastelands? Okay. I guess I just lose. Unbelievable. That is quite aggravating. So what's this? Tree of Tales. Okay, so it's some kind of green-black painter deck. Well, I can't imagine them not wasting us, but let's just let them do it. Yep. Okay. Got punished. Didn't play around the 4 Wastelands. Or I guess 2 Wastelands would have done it, but sometimes that just happens, I guess. Okay, so this is a painter deck. Little bit sad I don't have, or actually pretty sad that I don't have the Emrakul here. But we have some other stuff we can bring in. Wonder if they synergize with the graveyard. Like them having Dark Depths and Tree of Tales kind of makes me think they don't have red, which would be the graveyard color, incidentally. I think I'm gonna try this and maybe skip a little bit on some of the Doomsday stuff, if not all of the Doomsday stuff, and become like a Shieldred and Beseech the Mirror combo deck. I guess I can leave in a little bit of Doomsday, but you really don't want to be putting Doomsday on the stack, honestly, versus the painter deck, if you can help it. I'm also not sure if like we want Orcish Bowmasters. It's a pretty feeble card versus black green usually, Although they probably have Bowmasters, that's would be one reason to be in those colors. To have Bowmasters of their own. LED. LED is still decent enough with Beseech the Mirror, I guess. Okay, so I want like 2 more black creatures here. What will it be? What should it be? Probably just the Bowmasters. Unless I'm like completely blanking on something obvious with the graveyard, I think this is fine. Okay. Well, I mean, this hand doesn't really do anything, so I'm gonna mulligan. This hand is almost great, but no land, so we're down to 5. Yep, I'll keep this. I'm going to bottom the Thoughtseize and the Daze, actually. Like, if I draw... I think a Brazen Borrower has more text in this matchup. Okay, I'm gonna name Phyrexian. If they have Wasteland, which they've proven to be quite adequate at drawing, then it won't matter. But I want to be able to like draw land. Sphere resistance? I don't think so. Come on, land or pedal. Land or pedal. One time. There are what? 13 lands left. 4 pedals. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Nope. No dice. Yep. They have the wasteland. Oh, my life is pain. This is so painful. And grindstone, sure. Well, that's a land eventually. They could just have painter here. Okay, this is exploration. This is a really interesting deck. Another wasteland, yikes. Well, I mean, is there any way we get around this wasteland with our days here? Probably not. And like, if they have surgical here, they get to just destroy us. Because I don't have any other lands to fetch, you see. Oh, they're pausing. I mean, we're a Doomsday deck. Them bringing in surgical is certainly very reasonable. They could easily though wait until my draw step. Unless, well, I don't know. I wouldn't do that if I were them. Like if I were to draw like a Force of Will, that's pretty bad. Okay, okay. I mean, this is theoretically next turn a Shouldered Resolving, but it's uncertain for me. Okay, Elvish Spirit Guide. What they're doing something here. 3 mana. Okay, 4 mana at the end of turn. What is this? Oh, it's Endurance. Sure. And they're targeting my graveyard. I mean, that's an Underground Sea back into the deck. I kind of don't hate that, but I don't know. Probably it's not something that's going to make a huge difference here. Okay, I take 3. And we're just all the time just dead to Painter. Okay. That cost him 2 life. I would really like to draw a Force of Will. Okay, I'm just going to cast this off of Polluted Forest here. Maybe that was bad. Like, if they wasteland my Underground Sea now, I can't daze. Yeah, I think I just got too cute there. Okay, something. Chrome Mox. That's not really something, if we're being honest. I think I just, I pass here. Not going to trade my Shieldred, my 5-turn clock. Okay, this is crop rotation. Okay, well, I mean, I don't think dazing this does anything. Right, okay. Well, I mean, if they have the, oh shit, what's this? Another crop rotation. Okay. I think maybe I beat this. I mean, not indefinitely, but this daze here is gonna mean they can't make Merit Lage unless, of course, their last card in hand is a Spirit Guide. Okay, so now they get Thespian Stage, but then they need like 2 more mana next turn. Okay, so they thought better of it. Veil of Summer, okay. So they get to cycle this and take 2. Nice. Yeah. Okay, sweet. Wow. Sweet relief. So what here? Does anything change? So I really don't think the Bowmasters are very impressive. They don't seem to be like drawing cards at all. But they're playing Sphere of Resistance. So probably this is fine. Not sure about the Fatal Pushes. Maybe like maybe having like 2 pushes instead of 3. Does that matter? Endurance is also like a pretty good card versus Beseech the Mirror. I think we cut 1 push and add 1 Bowmasters. Just like Bowmasters being like just tiny reach as well is not the worst. And can make a token, we can sack it, all that stuff. Well, I think I keep this and just like hope I don't get turn 1 Sphere Resistant. Wow, turn 1 Bajuga Bog. Mox Opal. Okay, I was gonna say, where are the Mox Diamonds? I haven't seen those. Why do we play out the Mox Diamond? Oh, the Mox Opal here. Word, I'm gonna discard it, huh? Yeah. Let's. I'm really interested in this brainstorm because I have at least 1 Fatal Push too many. But yeah, let's see. Let's hope they can't resolve Sphere of Resistance. That's still the card I'm most afraid of. Ursa Saga. Okay, sure. Well, that was a thing. That was what I was worried about becoming a thing. They have Spirit Guide to pay for this? Okay, they didn't. I think I still, like, I ponder here to maximize the brainstorm next turn. So if I take a force effect here and then have to use it, my hand becomes very bad, I think. So I'm actually going to shuffle here. Okay. And so if they want to get, like, maximize their saga here, they have to not, I think, make any plays. Okay. Exploration, then they can make a... That's a play they can make. Sure. So we'll see now if they are going with the Saga or what. Okay. So I'm going to brainstorm here and hope for a good one. But instead I get shit. Wonderful. I think, yeah. So that's one, yeah. I think I'm just going to let them get their tokens, or their constructs, I mean. And we'll see if they get like expedition map here or something with the search to go make merit lodge eventually. The extra lodge. Okay, I'm gonna fetch here just to not get got by like a pithing needle. Okay, they get the grindstone. So they're all there like a grindstone cowboy. Kind of happy they didn't make like a copy of the stage. Truth be told. Man, if they had like been using Ancient Tomb, I could almost have gotten to like natural tendrils here. Jeez. Okay. Well, I mean, Beseech the Mirror and my hand is sort of ready to go off. I think I have to not fatal push this construct token, because if they just plump in a painter, then I lose. So I'll have to take 4 for a little bit. So like if they have endurance, then my my play isn't gonna work. Okay. I mean, there's a world where we deal them some damage with the Bowmasters and then tendrils them out. Okay, some green mana. Endurance. Well, there's the endurance. Well, I'm glad that's happening now. We can kill that with the push. The question is, do we need to, like... I think I'm not gonna push anything right now. Okay, well, if they have a second endurance, then, which they could well have, like, you're emboldened to play out the first one, I think, if you have the second one. But now I'm also remembering they showed us Veil in game 1. You would Veil here, I think, just to get the value. So I take them down to 17. Can I make the land drop here? So we can, like, play all of our spells and deal them 12 damage, which just isn't good enough. But we're forced into pushing next turn. I suppose, strictly speaking, we're not. We can go to 1. But I was just thinking if I should go for it here. But like, I don't think that's gonna be the winning line. Okay, so they grow their construct dude. That's fair. So now I have to push and hope they don't have Veil. If they have Veil, then I just lose. Let's see. Do you have Veil? Okay. They didn't have Veil. Like, I'd take a Shieldred right now. Or like a Brainstorm. Or stupid Force of Will. So let's attack. When orcs attack. They take me down to 2. If I force, then my fetch land is off. There's the painter. Let's hope they don't also have Veil of Summer. Beseech the Mirror, please. Beseech, beseech, beseech. Yay! Okay. Okay. Well, let's see if we get to do the thing. So we make this. We make some blue mana. So an endurance messes this up. So right now I have 6, 7, 8 mana. So I'm gonna beseech. I'm gonna tap this as well. I'm gonna beseech, sacking the vault, and then get Gaia's Will. And if they have endurance, so like this will be Storm 4, Gaia's Will Storm 5, endurance Storm 6, and then I still have mana to tendrils. I think if I did my math correctly here. So it just they can just not have as long as they don't have Veil of Summer, which I'm pretty sure they don't, because they would have protected their Painter Servant before, because then they had the win. So I'm going to cast with Bargain here. And I'm going to sacrifice Vault of Whispers. I'm going to get Gaia's Will. And I'm going to cast Gaia's Will without paying its mana cost. And they Surgical Beseech. Okay. Fortunately for me, I have Tendrils in my hand. Okay. I'm going to replay the Vault of Whispers. Gonna Dark Ritual. Okay. I'm going to play Lotus Petal as well. So as you see, I have 1, 2, 3, plus 5, that's 8. Plus that's plus 2, that's 10. So I actually have enough to also like flash back the Force of Will if they did have a Veil for some reason. Okay. Did we get there? Crop rotation. I guess. I just have to check something, but I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm just thinking about the glacial chasm, but I'm pretty sure that just like prevents damage and prevents creatures from attacking. You cannot attack all damage dealt to you. So glacial chasm doesn't do it. Is there anything else that might do it? Is there any land that gives pro something? I mean, I can force this. But like then if they actually do have the Veil in hand, is there any land that gives like Shroud or... I don't think there is. I'm gonna let them crop rotate and we can learn together. Okay. So they get Dark Depths. Grats. And now they have 2 more green mana. Okay. So they make Merilage. If they have like a source of plowshares and they had some white mana, they would have been able to do that. If they have some kind of fling effect. They had all the spirit guides, huh? Alright, it looks like we're gonna get to do the thing that we came here to do. Sweet. Wow, that felt good. I felt pretty bad after losing that game 1. But there we go. All right, off to round number 2. On the play for round number 2. I'm gonna complain. You will hear no complaints from me. Again, a turn 1 Doomsday. Huh. Again, I'm gonna go for it. Let's hope I don't lose like I did last round in this exact scenario. Okay. Oh, hang on. What am I talking about? There's no turn 1 Doomsday here. There's a turn 2 Doomsday. Okay, so I'll ponder. Yeah. Close but no Zagar. I'm gonna shuffle here. Don't want the force with no additional blue card. Oh, Beseech the Mirror. That's interesting. That makes me feel a little bit less bad about a... Like, if it gets countered here. Oh no, what's this? Dothy Voidwalker. Okay. Do you have Thoughtseize? Or was it just the Voidwalker? Grief. Okay. So what do you take here? I suppose you take Chrome Box? Or if they also have Reanimate just for the full like beat you up mode here, so they take both Doomsdays. And I'm left with like a Beseech the Mirror that I can't use because of Voidwalker. Wow. Okay, they take LED. Interesting. I guess that gives them a lot of mana next turn if they want to, like, I don't know, cast Shouldered or something. Oh yeah. I mean, I think that, like, if they hadn't taken LED, we would have had a same turn kill here. So that's kind of funny. But I mean, I'm gonna cast the Doomsday here. I'm gonna imprint the Beseech, seeing as we don't really functionally have a graveyard. And this, if they were suddenly somehow a Force of Will deck, we would then have second Doomsday again next turn. Okay, so how does this work? Just like obviously need the Thassa here. So I'll drop to 9 if I then both Street Wraith and Thoughtseize next turn. That means we can't, if they discard us and take the Edge of Autumn, I can't really cycle Edge of Autumn in response because then I am like a land down. And our LED is gone. Interesting questions here. So let's say they discard the LED, not the LED, sorry, the Edge of Autumn, and then I draw Street Wraith, and then my next card is Thoughtseize. Then I'm at 6, and then I have to pass. Then I'm at. Then I think I put Consider maybe, and then like draw the Cavern. They could also be like an Orcish Bowmaster's deck. So how does this work? The whole point of like putting Thoughtseize in there is to like take a removal spell from them, and then win next turn. So we draw Street Wraith, we cycle Street Wraith, draw Thoughtseize, cast Thoughtseize, take the removal spell, cycle Edge of Autumn, draw Thassa, and cast her off the two Underground Seas. But then there's also a world where they discard us next turn and take the edge, in which case I'm a little bit unsure here. What if I just like make the pile Street Wraith Consider Thoughtseize? So I draw the Street Wraith, I cycle it to draw Consider, I cast Consider, binning Thoughtseize, drawing Thassa, or I guess like drawing Cavern. Then if they have if they discard us, then we have to wait a turn, but we don't get sort of stuck with the damage, lose the damage race. If they don't discard us, we can still do the play, I think. But it all comes down to like if we want Thassa to be the bottom card, then we can't build this pile that does everything. So I'm gonna do it and then like put Thassa second from bottom. So if they don't discard us now, we get to No, actually, I'm going to put Thos on the bottom. Screw it. Think this is going to work, but we shall see. What's an exile with counters on it? Just LED. Okay, there's Urza's Saga, sure. Do you have Thoughtseize? You do. You seize my thoughts. I mean, I would love it if they took Doomsday here. I can't imagine they would. Then they would. Yeah, no. Pithing Needle. Okay, so Pithing Needle is going to name Street Wraith. That's a problem. No, it names Edge of Autumn. Wow. Okay. Because they don't see any. I don't know. Think you. I think most people would probably have named Street Wraith there, but maybe I'm just like. Uh. Yeah. Never mind. Okay. So we can Street Wraith into consider. Then we can consider and bin the thing. Bin the Thoughtseize, and then draw a cavern, and then like nothing else happens this turn. And in either case, we are dead to Orcish Bowmasters, which has now become my more sort of concern, my biggest concern, I think. But they only have 2 cards here. So let's see. One is a land. So if the other is not something that deals us damage, then we should be fine. Okay, we drop to 3. Okay, well, do you have the Bowmasters? Or something else? This would be the time to cast Bowmasters. Looks like they don't have it. I'm gonna put Thoughtseize into the graveyard. And I'm gonna say Merfolk with my cavern. I guess never mind. They would have cast the Bowmasters in response to the Consider, surely. Deal as much damage as you'd want. Okay, so do you have something that I'm not thinking about, or do I win game 1? Yeah, yeah, awesome. Okay, so let's what do we want here? This seems like a scam deck of sorts, but is it also like a stompy deck? It has Saga. Brazen Borrower just seems like a safe bet. Fatal Push maybe. Shouldered seems like pretty risky if they like discard us and reanimate her. But then at the same time, she seems pretty good if she ever gets to come into play. But maybe that is just not really where we should be at. Okay. So I think like yeah, I don't know. I think the Beseech thing is not a viable option versus the main deck Dauthi Voidwalker, like Leyline of the Void plan. So I think I'm gonna shave that package. So like this. And do we want our own Dauthis? Probably not. I think this is honestly fine. I'm gonna keep this. It is like Grief is the card I'm certainly most concerned with. I'm gonna let Chromox resolve. I don't think I'm supposed to fight against it, but okay. So you have Dauthi, fine. You also only have 3 cards. Ooh, Big Mama Shoulderhead. So like this guarantees Orcish Bowmasters, but then like I'm kind of screwed from there, so I'm actually gonna shuffle here. And suddenly I feel very scared. Scared and alone. Okay. So they're keeping up, what's his face? Opposition agent mana here. I think I'm just gonna cast this and pass. Okay, they didn't flash it in. Hard cast Grief. So they get to take something here, which then they can cast out of the void. So they'll take Shouldred, I think. And if they do that, then I can bounce her back to my hand. So let's see how big they dream. Not gonna lie, I'm feeling pretty bad about this spot here. So they took a Bowmaster. Okay. And yeah, let's see. Okay, they do attack. So I think I'm not gonna flash in the Bowmasters. I think I want to like draw a Dark Ritual. Yay! That's exactly what I wanted. I still don't like love this spot because their Saga tokens are gonna sort of outgrind me here. Plus they can attack for 6 that I can't like readily do anything about. But yeah, we'll see. I think given the circumstances, that was still a pretty good draw. Oh no. Okay. Another Dothy, sure. Okay. Okay. So I take 6 and then I go back up to that. I think I just attack here. They can't double block if that's what they thought. I think maybe I'm supposed to play out the LED here to give me the option of actually like petty theft something and then like crack LED to pay for it. I think I'm actually going to fetch right now before they have mana to cast an opposition agent. I guess they could have Dark Ritual, but then I can force that, right? But wait, I might just be dead. Yeah, I am just dead. Never mind. I don't think there's a way I don't die here, right? So I have to. Yeah, no, I'm just dead. I'm just deadly dead. Like, if the Grief didn't have Menace, I could have flashed in Bowmasters and, like, jumped twice, but no such luck. Okay, this is a tricky, fairly unpleasant place to be. I think maybe I want the third Fatal Push after all. And instead of what, though, is the question. Maybe it's the Lorien Revealed, just because... Oh, wait. Do I have Ask Foretold? No, I took that out. Yeah, no, the Lorien Revealed, it's a search thing, so lines up poorly against Oppo Agent, and not playing against Wasteland. I think it's fine, but okay. Right, okay, I'm going to keep this, and let's see if, like, a hopefully, like, a turn 2 Shouldred is going to be enough. But it means like hitting another land off of this brainstorm or like let's consider, I guess. Okay, you may Chrome box. So what got imprinted? A duress. Oh my. So they can Dark Ritual Oppo Agent here, Dark Ritual Orcish Bowmasters here, which would be pretty bad. Oh no, really? God damn it. So it's just Opposition Agent. What? I'm scared. Okay, maybe it's both. It would have to be It is both. Fuck off. Okay, okay. Okay, thankfully, um, thankfully, we didn't hit like a fetch land. So let's, okay, so they get to ping me for a bunch. But let's hope that this is it, that this is what they can do, because, like, Shouldered still, I think, wins if nothing else happens. Obviously, like, something else can happen here, but, let's hope this daze is going to be good enough, huh? I was gonna say I think I'm gonna like bite the bullet and consider away the thing. I think I'm gonna daze you, or do I? What do they take here? Maybe they take the daze or like the dark ritual. Like, would be pretty bad if they were to take Shouldered and then Reanimator. But I think I'm gonna count on the clock here working like the 2 damage mattering. So they took Dark Ritual. Okay, that's fair. Now they know about Daze, which kind of sucks. Okay. And I think I'm gonna cast Thassa here, honestly. And yeah, I'm gonna take that Fatal Push. I'd love a Fatal Push right about now. So I think I'm gonna attack with Shouldered here, and hopefully, like I can get like a 2 for the price of 1. So if they block with the army and like one of their other creatures, okay, okay, and then I'm what was that? Cast only target creature with CMC tier list. What? Why are there used to be like that there were different modes, but it was like cast or cast with for a creature that is more than 2 CMC. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna cast. Actually, maybe I need to choose this. I don't know, but I'm gonna take the army and hopefully just put myself in a commanding lead here. I think I'm gonna consider while there's no bowmasters. Uh, yeah, I don't need this land. Brainstorm. Hello. Okay, we're not out of the woods yet, but it's looking a lot better than it did just moments ago. Like, if they draw out of their screw, it's I'll be a bit worried. But until then, oh, that was not the worst. Yeah. I think you have to block here, don't you? I guess not. Okay, I'm not gonna fire off the brainstorm quite yet. Yeah, they concede. Awesome. Woo! That was yeah, that felt like a super scary matchup. But luckily we got there. Okay, off to round number 3. On the draw for round number 3, and this feels like a keeper. This card. Wow. Okay. This is Madness. I guess it's Death Shadow. Yikes. Aggressive Death Shadow. I haven't seen Street Wraith and Death Shadow in a hot minute. Okay. I suppose it could still be Doomsday, like a Turbo Doomsday that just had drawn its Water Grave as its only land. But I'm not really counting on that, or they choose not to shuffle. Okay. Yeah, Dark Ritual. Not too shabby. Is this even worth anything just as like a piece of cardboard in play? Okay, it is Shadow. Doomsday never would play 2 graves. Once each turn, you may pay 0 rather than pay the mana cost. Okay, so they are sitting on the world's most obvious uh, Orcish Bowmasters. And I think I'm gonna... Do I do it now? Or do I like commit them to stuff on their turn? No, I'm just gonna pass. You know, they can worry about Bowmasters too. Oh no. I am Jack's complete lack of surprise. Okay, I'm gonna start off with a brainstorm, I think. Some time to think about things here. It'd be funny if they like, I don't know, force of willed this. But the fact that they're pausing makes me think they have days. Holy cannoli. Okay. That's really good. So I'm gonna, I think, put back a Dark Ritual and an Ask for Told. And then I'm going to daze this Bowmasters here. And I'm going to hope that I don't get Thoughtseize next turn. Which I think is a lot to hope for here. There's also a world where we, where we let Bowmasters resolve. Okay. Yeah, there's a world where we let it resolve, but I'm not sure I'm super comfortable with that. Street Wraith. We're getting into like natural tendrils territory here. Oh, this smells like Thoughtseize. It is. My thoughts are being brutally seized. I'm gonna force, actually. Make them have the force. If they don't have force, then I think we can Doomsday next turn. If they have the force, then it's pretty bad. If they have the second Thoughtseize, it's like I'm gonna cry. Okay. They are pondering. And they shuffle. Okay. Really hope they don't... they didn't find a land. Really hope they don't have force. I think if they don't have force, we are looking pretty good to win here. If they do have force, then we're like Sad Panda. And drawing a land there was super not very exciting. I'm actually going to play the LED here. Just in the mad world where they have double days. Did you find a force, or did you have it all along? They had it. Okay. So as soon as they find a threat, we're like boned here, but some good things can happen too for us. We have a, I would assume like a turn or two at least. Come on, Thoughtseize me. Just not Bowmasters right now. Okay, they're passing. Interesting. Like they tapped a black man at one point. Huh. Not the most exciting card to be drawing right now. It was Brainstorm, right? Yeah. Okay. So they have another Bowmasters. Okay. We will have to accept that this is a card that you have. I think my best draw here is Doomsday. You gonna Thoughtseize me? Is that what you're gonna do? All right. I guess like drawing my own Bowmasters actually wouldn't be that bad. Okay, so they Thoughtseize, they take my Edge of Autumn, which makes Doomsday a less good draw right now. They have Shadow here. Okay, they're cycling the Troll. Would be funny if they actually reanimated here and go to 1. Okay, never mind. That's much better. Okay, that drastically shortens things here. and we draw more lands. So let's say they reanimate, drop to 1. Their shadow is a 12/12. Then I'm at 1. That means my fetch lands are off. Okay, guess that's not happening. They went straight to combat. So like, does Beseech the Mirror even do it here? Because Storm is so low. I don't think it does, right? Because we don't have enough to sack either. Okay, it doesn't even matter. All right, this is the new sort of tempo alpha male predator, whatever you want to call it, in the format, or at least a version of it. And I'm not too optimistic about how this is going to play out, but we'll see. I think I want everything here that pertains to the graveyard, and even like Brazen Borrower, or anything that can like push things in a tempo kind of way. And I'm gonna cut the Doomsdays. I still want my Storm kill in, but not Doomsday. So I think I cut, maybe cut Thoughtseize, because Thoughtseize is ow ow. What else? Like one card heavy right now. Not really super happy about cutting the Chrome Moxen, but I'm gonna cut one because like it's the weakest. I guess I could have caught the other Thoughtseize. I'm not sure. All right. Oh, this is almost painful. This hand, because we just get turn 1 Thoughtseized. We have no means of protecting ourselves. And aside from this Bowmasters here, this hand doesn't really do a lot. Then again, like maybe like with Lorien, we can get the 3 mana. I don't know. Against my better judgment, I think I'm gonna keep this. So really, I'm not thrilled about having the tendrils in my hand. They didn't turn 1 Thoughtseize me last game, so I'm expecting them to do it here. Oh no! Wow, basic island. Yeah, you may ponder, but of course you may. And I think I want to Lorien revealed here, so as to not do it next turn, like, because next turn I want to keep open Bowmasters. They shuffle. Interesting. So I'm gonna cycle the Lorien, and I'm gonna hope to hit like I don't know, like Fatal Push or Force of Will or Daze, I think. Okay, let's draw something good. Second Bowmasters could have been worse. Oh, wow, they're passing? Was that just a misclick? Yeah, feels like it was a misclick because it like then they stopped in combat. Okay, I'm not gonna flash it in here. Force of Will, that's nice. Like ideally they cast Bowmasters here. I would love that, but okay, no such luck. Oh, I just clicked through that. Maybe I was supposed to Bowmasters, but okay. They're moving to discard. I think actually I'm gonna. So they can then cast their Bowmasters once mine is in play. And then I think I'm going to Force of Will that, pitching Ask for Told. And then they might Force of Will back, and then I have Bowmasters, Brazen Borrower, and Tendrils. Because they have Bowmasters. How about Force of Will? It's going to cost you another life. Every life point is going to be crucial here, I think. Yep, okay, they force back. So now they get a Bowmasters and an army. So they remove mine, and they draw a card with their thing. Then hopefully it's not Wasteland. And then I get to Bowmasters them. Also, hopefully it's not like land Thoughtseize me. Could be a lot of things. Oh no, it was a Wasteland. Okay. Well, so they pitched a daze here. I'm not sure if that means they have more dazes. But I don't think I'm going to play around it. Oh, didn't even have to. They have more force of will. Okay, they cycle in response. Okay. So I get to kill their bow dude and then attack with my 2/2 army. So like a lot of things can still go wrong here, but that was, I think, at least marginally fine for us, that exchange. I'm still like really scared of Thoughtseize. I would hate to have either of these cards Thoughtseized. But maybe that says something about like, I'm in a somewhat decent spot, that both of the cards in my hand are like pretty relevant. So they should be attacking, I guess. Oh. Okay. Maybe they have Bowmaster. Shoulder it. Meh. Alright, so let's see here. If they have Bowmaster, so they will flash in their Bowmaster and they'll ping my Bowmaster. And then the armies can trade. But I'm down to Bowmasters. But then I could like petty theft their army. Or they could do nothing here. I would also accept that. Okay, they just took 2. Interesting. Okay, we're in their upkeep. What do you have for me? Wow. Seriously? Okay. I mean, this must mean they have Death Shadow. Um, oh, no, never mind. I'm clicking on these triggers, but I didn't get to do that until the Brainstorm Sun resolving. This must mean they have Death Shadow in hand, right? Why else would you willingly? I could all, yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm supposed to kill the army, but I think no. I'm going upstairs with this. Is there another world where this like can this make sense without them having Death Shadow in hand? Wow, down to 2. Crazy. Like their own Bowmasters. Okay. So you kill mine. So we could try and go for glory here, but I think I'd rather like petty theft their army. Because then they have to chump with the bowman. Okay. Army just died. Any mana would be great here, or just that. Let's try and see if we win this game. That dies. Okay. Do you have a 0 mana answer for my orc army? Guess not. Yeah. Desperate times and all that, but that brainstorm felt pretty juicy, not gonna lie. Okay, well, we're on the board against our arch nemesis here. I don't think a lot changes. Is there a world where we want like the second Chrome Mox over the second Thoughtseize? Yeah, I think so. Would like to try and win with Beseech the thing. I think I keep this, but it's obviously not great. Like a wasteland really kind of takes us out of it. What they're passing. I think they have some setting mistake in their first main phase. Yeah. Same thing happened before. Okay, cycling Street Wraith. More Street Wraiths are being cycled. Thoughtseize is kind of a problem here, but yeah, well. Looks like we are getting our thoughts seized. Assuming they're going to take the Bowmasters, but yeah, we'll. I think, I guess depending on what happens here, but if they take Bowmasters like I think if they were going to, I think I'm gonna imprint Ponder on the Chrome Box to like keep velocity in the form of the two Brazen Borrowers. Oh, okay. So let's see. I think I am going to brainstorm now, um, before they get Bowmasters online. They want to like daze me here. I mean that's fine. Yeah. Okay. Hmm. How about we go like this? I really want to like play this, but I also don't want it to get dazed, and I kind of want the second Brazen Borrower. Although maybe that's not true because if they have Bowmasters, like that's pretty strong against Borrower. But okay, I'm not terribly upset if they daze this right now because then they're like set back a turn. Okay, they're paying costs, so they're doing something. There's what? They're casting surgical extraction on my Bowmasters. Okay, that's fair. So they're like really worried about Bowmasters. They don't want me to have any. That's fine. So I guess they've not seen the Beseech part yet, so they'll be seeing that now. If they look closely, they'll see the thing, the tendrils, and we'll be like able to play around that a bit better. Okay, I don't hate this because this like card economy wise they're going down, and now I should use it. I should have used it now if what I wanted to do was play around Murktide. But if they Murktide, we can petty theft it. And oh, that's unfortunate. So it looks like they have Bowmasters, seeing as they're not firing off Wasteland. So let's not do anything here. So I think I'm gonna. Oh, that's not it. I'm gonna fire off this. This means they can just clown me with the troll, but at least I get a draw without growing their army. And I even draw Brainstorm. So I think I'm gonna cast that. Uh, let's not. Okay. So you get a Bowman. I go to 18. You're at 9. Like my best draws probably include like a Shoulder here, on my next draw step. If they have second Bowmasters, that's like pretty bad for us. Thoughtseize is also annoying, so we no longer have Brazen Borrower. They are getting closer to that magical like. Oh, they take Dark Ritual. Why? I have a Ponder on top that I probably don't want to draw here. Okay, I take 2. Are you going to fire off the Wasteland or what? Fatal Push is also a decent draw here. Oh, Beseech the Mirror. You might be good later on. So I wonder if I should be playing around a Daze or trying to go ham. Like Daze also may or may not like cause trouble for us later on with Beseech. Like if they don't add anything to the board here. Okay, screw it. I'm gonna play into the Daze before the Brainstorm is done resolving or gets to resolve. I don't know though. I feel like maybe I'm rushing things here. Even if they don't have Daze, like this kind of plays into second Bowmasters. Ah, fuck. They had the Daze. Okay. So we're sort of drawing, like getting into trouble territory here. If they find Force here, so they had 2 cards. One was Daze. So if like one of those 4 cards was a Force of Will, then we just kind of lose. If not, like if they make a play here, that's not Thoughtseize. Don't Thoughtseize. No. Okay, Death Shadow. Okay. Like if we draw Ritual here, then it's like very exciting. A Ritual or even like a Petal. They didn't attack. They forgot to attack. Yeah, their settings are off for sure. Okay, come on, mana, 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 not land, mana, 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 mana. Sholdred. Okay, well, I mean, I'm gonna cast Sholdred. It's gonna grow the Death Shadow to a 9/9. I'm gonna take 9, go to 4. Then I'm gonna go back up to 6. Let's see. Do they have like Daze? Could very well be Daze. Can't do anything about it. Not gonna not play this. Okay, Sholdred's in. Oh, this is way too exciting. We also have to remember that if I were to draw a cantrip, then because they are the non-active player, their trigger resolves first, I'm pretty sure. Like the active player's trigger goes onto the stack first. So if I were to cast a Brainstorm, my 3 Shoulder triggers would resolve after their 3 Bowmasters triggers. They didn't shuffle, so they liked what they had kept on top. You attack with everything here or only the shadow? Just the shadow. Okay. I'm not gonna do that. Come on, mana, a ritual. Ponder, huh? Okay, so what happens if Ponder finds me Dark Ritual? First of all, like I go to 5, then I go up to 7. Their dork grows. Because we could also just cast Beseech the Mirror right now. And then we go find... Oh, hang on, is that it? So if we Beseech the Mirror right now and it resolves, then we just get Tendrils and have 2 copies of Tendrils. If they have even a Daze, then that doesn't work. And what happens? Then nothing happens. We can ponder any land, ritual, or artifact mana at least gets us on parity. But like any ritual takes us out of Daze range. I think I am gonna ponder here. So they didn't have Daze before, and they kept it on top. Mostly I worry. Okay, so it's second Bowmasters. Okay, of course. Okay, so this doesn't change anything here. We just, if we find anything that lets us cast a spell here. I guess they could still have the days, but I'm guessing the Bowmasters is what they kept. Okay, I take one. I'm assuming I take one. Like, if they just I was gonna say force. Never mind. They can't force one card in hand. Okay. Uh, how aggravating is this? Oh, this is so annoying. I think I have to. I have to shuffle here. That's crazy, 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 crazy. So I lose because the army is too big. Oh man. Yeah, that I only have myself to blame for that. I think I could have gone for it, and I just didn't have the nerve and had trust in my ponder that it would find a land, a ritual, or a lotus petal. Instead, it found first Chrome Mox and then fucking Lauren revealed. Um, so now I have to lose. So they just turn everything sideways and win. Hopefully they only attack with their Death Shadow, but I'm assuming my opponent is going to be able to work it out. Oh my god. Okay. What am I missing? Okay, I mean I'm gonna block here, dude. Come on, just don't have. What could they have? What could they have? What could they have? Um, because they can't force and they can't Thoughtseize. Am I gonna get away with this? Oh wait, no, my last underground season. Oh no! Oh, my last underground sea. All right. Well, I mean, if they don't have days or force of negation, uh, god damn it. Okay. Well, here's what should have happened last turn, and instead I've given them another turn to draw their days. Really? No freaking way. Don't have Flusterstorm, please. How about that? Woo! Oh my goodness. Wow, I don't have the nerves for this. God damn it. Oh man. Well, my opponent was kind enough not to just Alpha Strike last turn, and somehow here we are. All right, cool. 3-0 somehow. Let's go for round number 4. All right, on the draw for round number 4 with a pretty awesome hand here. I'm going to keep any hand that is like turn 1 Doomsday with force backup is not really something to sniff at. And here, like, I mean, it would have been the same, but I'd drawn like a second copy of Doomsday would be kind of unexciting, but the same thing happened here. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go for it here. I don't want to like Thoughtseize and look into like a wasteland. So let's I do wonder what like Bayou Go signifies. The only like the first thing that jumped into mind was like Cradle Control, but I haven't seen that deck in a little bit. But okay, so we want Thassa, we want Cavern, maybe, probably not. Probably we want like Street Wraith and like a Lotus Petal. And I guess Edge of Autumn, is that it? So we put Thassa on the bottom, Cavern, Petal. Or we put like Petal on the bottom, and then we just get to go for the win next turn. The problem is if Cavern is on the bottom, then Edge of Autumn, if we get Wastelanded, just never works. But I guess that'll just have to do. Yeah, but I think these are the 5 cards I want. So let's put Cavern on the bottom, and then like Thassa, these cards, and let's hope we don't get Wastelanded. Okay, they concede. Hard to know exactly what I'm up against here. Should we be expecting Graveyard Synergy? I think like having a couple of Brazen Borrowers, or at least one, is not a terrible idea. Question is if we want like any of the like the Shouldered or Dothy stuff. Maybe we just want these, and we're going to cut like a Daze and a Thoughtseize. Might Bayou, I suppose, could also be like Reanimator. I'm nothing sort of surprises me these days. Okay, opponent keeps 7. I'm gonna keep 7. Would love this hand much more on the draw. Okay, they have a Leyline of Sanctity, so my Tendril skill is not gonna work. Okay, so we Bayou and Ursa Saga. That kind of seems like what we... Wait, this isn't the same opponent, is it? No, okay. I was going to say, this is kind of similar to that Painter thing I was playing against earlier. Okay, well, I mean... No Tendrils. Kill. Basically meaning no Beseech. If somehow I get Thoughtseized, then I will draw the second... Well, I'm going to draw the second Doomsday anyways, but I think I do want the land for sure, the second land. They're just passing. Oh no. Right, okay. So I think I'm actually going to Brainstorm here, and then I'm going to shuffle away with Ponder, even though that's not the most pretty thing. Don't want Bowmasters, don't want Doomsday number 2. I would just love a land here, or a ritual, obviously. Well, no, I'm not gonna draw the Lorien, because then I'm just like spending a turn. Or maybe I should. Maybe that's actually fine. Yeah, let's actually grab the Lorien. We can use it on our upkeep. Then we don't get to do what we wanted to do, which was to put Doomsday on this stack next turn, but still, we may still draw like a Ritual, or Petal, or Chromox. Okay, so they get to sad face, not make any tokens off of their thing here. I wonder what they get, like probably an artifact mana producing thing. Okay, LED, sure. They have second LED, wow, okay. Good thing we have double force here. Uh-oh, I really hope they don't have like a storm card. So that's what has Ursa Saga and Bayou. It's like a storm deck, okay. Yep. I don't Wish Claw. Okay, I'm gonna force the Wish Claw, or am I? So what happens here? Wish Claw gets... So if their last card in hand is like Beseech the Mirror or something, then I don't know. I'm actually gonna let Wish Claw resolve. We can force whatever the Wish Claw gets. Okay. So I'm gonna force 2 things here. I'm gonna force I guess it doesn't really matter. So they can get Oh, fuck. They can get tendrils here, but then I'll be at 1. I suppose I wasn't really thinking. Okay. Okay. Hopefully they get like a tutor and then gets the tendrils, or the beseech maybe. Beseech. Okay. No. That's gonna be a hard no from me. I'm sorry. Okay, that was enough. They conceded. Little did they know that I was. No, I guess I had the wish claw. I forgot. Like I could just wish for a dark ritual, and then cast Doomsday, and then win on the spot with my hand here. So woot woot. All right, all right. Good stuff. Suddenly somehow 4-0. Let's go for the trophy match. All right, on the play for the final round. Can't complain about that. Yeah, I mean, right. Okay. So this is a turn 1 kill if they don't have force. So I feel like I'm not supposed to not do that. Okay. Opponent mulliganing to 6. Is my luck going to run out, or am I going to be allowed to do this? All right. Let's cast the Doomsday, or try to. Oh, it resolved. Okay, so we want where are you? Consider. Oh no! Yeah, this maybe we can still make this a kill, but so the thing is, we don't have a land to cycle with Edge of Autumn. All right. So let's see here. Can we get to where we want to be? How about Cavern? Okay, so let's say here we cast Brainstorm. We draw Thassa LED Consider. No. We draw LED Consider Street Wraith. So we put back Ponder and Consider. Yeah, I think that still works. That just doesn't. If they have like Solitude or something else like that, then we lose. Let me just work that out. So the deck is Cavern on the bottom, Thassa, and then the 3 top cards, doesn't matter. We imprint Ponder or Daze onto the Chrome Box. We cast Brainstorm. We draw Consider LED Street Wraith. And this next card is Thassa. So we put back Ponder and Consider, cycle Street Wraith, do the old thing. Yeah, that works. Just doesn't empty the deck. All right. Ha. I kind of yeah, forgot about that. So let's just for fun's sake say they actually do have a force that they for some reason decide to use now. Let's imprint the Daze. Let's cast the Brainstorm. Put back Ponder, Consider. So, have you been sandbagging a counter spell? Let's put Ponder into the graveyard. Or do you have Solitude? I guess these are my 2 questions for you. No force. Okay. All right. So I was just looking at my opponent's recent results on MTGO Goldfish or MTG Goldfish, of which there aren't really any. So the last legacy result they have is from like I think last year at some point, but it was Delver. So I do wonder if this is like a Delver deck or like the scam deck or shadow deck. It's a pretty big deal though, because it makes sideboarding quite, like, it impacts sideboarding a lot. Basically, like, if this is something that doesn't have any, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna risk it here. make this a case study of like if this turns out to be like a combo deck and I've boarded in all this stuff, then this is sort of an argument to not like be looking at people's results. But I think like it's a resource, everyone can do it, and why wouldn't you do it? Well, I guess maybe this is why. If it indeed turns out the way I am propheting here. Okay. Alright, Thassa can go. So we were 2 cards that we can cut here. Let's cut a Chrome Mox. And I don't know, maybe cut a Bowmasters, I don't know. We're at 19 blue cards. Don't really feel like cutting more blue cards. Then, on the other hand, let's cut a Force, actually, and make that a clean 60. So I was going to say, like, hopefully they bring in stuff that's good against Doomsday, but there's also just, like, a lot of stuff that's good against Doomsday that's also good against Beseech the Mirror. Like we already discussed, Endurance, but also stuff like, I think, Dress Down. Obviously not Beseech itself, but I am bringing in, like, a lot of creatures. Beseech can do some work, or sorry, Dress Down can do some work there, but okay, I'll keep this. I mean, I don't think I really am allowed to mulligan a functional hand like this, but it is kind of pulling in different directions. Okay, Volcanic Island. So it could be Delver, like I saw they had played once, or it could be like Show and Tell. I don't think I'm in the market for burning off a Lotus Petal to play a Dothy into a Daze here. Okay, Lorien revealed. Okay, that doesn't really scream Delver. Maybe it's Trops. It could be like the Beanstalk deck. Right. They're tapping it? How dare you? Okay, I'm gonna brainstorm a response. Okay, let's put back a couple of lands here. We're gonna draw one of them. So hang on. This should probably be setting off alarm bells. This could mean rhinos, right? This could be rhinos in a can. In which case the Dothy Voidwalkers are kind of poor, but the Shouldred maybe is pretty good. Yeah. This feels like a case of the rhinos. And I'm actually they can get their couple of rhinos here. If it's that betrayal card or bribery card, that's the one I'm thinking of, then it's a little bit annoying. Sure. So what was revealed? Okay, it is rhinos. So I think I am gonna petty theft here. If they want, this turns on Force of Negation, but they were gonna have that next turn anyways. Oh, I forgot what was the next card down. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, that's the answer to that. So like I think resolving Shouldred is going to be pretty decisive, but they are a Force of Will deck. They have more rhinos. That's unfortunate. Okay. So now Shouldred pretty much has to resolve, which also means I can't cast the Bowmasters here. If Shouldred resolves, I only, in quotation marks, take 10. I'm at 6. And I go up to 8, and I take 6, I think, is the calculation. Daze would be great here. Fatal Push. We still absolutely have to, I think, try and resolve Shouldred here. Hope they don't have Force of Will exactly. They can have Force of Negation. But there's still, like, even if this resolves, there are, like, stuff that that stuffs it up for us. Like if they have another Fire Ice, they can tap her. I wonder what they're considering here. I think if you have Force of Will, it's a pretty easy force, right? If you don't have it, then what's the story here? They could also have like they play Brazen Borrower probably. Not sure if they would keep that in versus us. Or they could have Otawara. Wow, there's a lot of things they could have, but we shall see. Yep, you attack with everything. I block a Rhino. I take 10, I go to 6. Okay, I take Shieldred dies, which is terrible for us. And I take, what do you call it? Oh, so many Rhinos, they play 3. Okay, I don't think, I'm not dead here, but I'm not sure what we would need for this to not end with us dying like a brainstorm. Ah, Dark Ritual. It's so close, but it's unfortunately not close enough because we don't have anything to bargain. So, okay. And I do kind of feel bad. Like, I died with 2 sideboarded cards that it should not have been the deck. And I don't think I think I'm supposed to also have Doomsday in the deck, but we'll see. So, cutting a Force of Will, kind of a bad idea, as it turns out. I think Force of Negation is probably needed. Let's see here. What do we want? We don't want, like, they don't draw cards at all. So no, Orcish Bowmasters can just fuck off. As can Dothy Voidwalker. Shieldred is decent. Not sure about Fatal Push. I mean, obviously it's not terrible, but I don't think we need, like, we shouldn't be playing with this much removal. We should rather be sort of hoping to not get to a point where we need removal. Probably we want Doomsday package back. And do we just like completely ham up here and don't, oops, not Asphodel, we need that one, but not have the any removal? The LED is not in our deck, so we can't like same turn win with Doomsday right now. Is that something we may want to rectify? I think so. What are the odds that they aren't going to have something to interact with this? Like, because they get to play Endurance as well, plus 8 forces. I just think, like, they would almost need to be hellbent for us to not like, play it safe. So I think not having LED is fine. Okay, for all the marbles here. Oh, mulligan. Yeah, keep this. Feels bad, but gonna keep it. Probably going to put away a land, if I'm being honest. Even though the Edge of Autumn seems decidedly mediocre. I played against this deck in paper at my LGS, and in like game 3, I was on the draw. Sorry, on the play, and my opponent goes in your upkeep, 3 Spirit Guides, and I lost. I didn't have. I had a Force of Negation, which unfortunately wasn't good enough. Okay, opponent is on 6-2. Let's see if they do stuff in my upkeep. All right, there's a Wooded Foothills. All right, I think I am gonna brainstorm here. I think the Edge of Autumn can be a better card than what it is right now. Looks like they are doing stuff here. This will involve 2 Spirit Guides. Ooh, hello. Okay, let's put back Street Wraith. I don't know. Yeah, see, I don't know. Like, probably we just want the one ritual here. Like, having another ritual is good if we, like, were to do a Beseech thing. So what are the odds that they don't have, like, Force of Will here? I feel like they're pretty slim, or, like, a Force of something. I think I'm actually going to ponder. It's the coward's play, but, you know. I think we have to shuffle these. We get a land anyways. All right. Do you have end of turn? No, you do not. A card that's really scary out of this deck is also Blood Moon. Come on, you can ice me here. I don't mind. Okay. So I'm gonna brainstorm. Oof. Be still my quaking heart. So let's say we drop to 18, and then Doomsday down to 9. If they go Rhinos, we're at 8. Or we go put away Doomsday, put away Street Wraith, and then we try and play Shouldered here off of a ritual, and if it doesn't work, we have Doomsday for next turn. I don't hate that. I think with the board as it is, this must be countered by them. Unless they have some way to go over the top. Okay, so they Force of Will, pitching Force of Will. Okay. Okay, you're at 3 mana. This is go time. So that probably just means they have a Violent Outburst and can do it end of turn. Or what? Do we just cast Doomsday here? I think we do. So we'll be at 9. Okay, they allow it. This is where, like, we lose to endurance, I guess. So we need the Oracle for sure. How about, like, we do something like a brainstorm thing? So what, we draw Edge of Autumn, cycle it, draw Brainstorm, cast Brainstorm, draw the last 3 cards, put back, I guess, Daze and Dark Ritual. We might need to Daze this turn. I don't hate it. It's like, crucially, the Doomsday, not Doomsday, the Rhinos in my turn doesn't kill me. They would need Rhinos and then have, like, a burn spell, which they could have, like Fire Ice, or another Violent Outburst, so another enabler to pump their squad. Is this Thoughtseize just, like, silly? Like, should I just be expecting them to have the Rhinos? I think probably. Rhinos through a Daze. They would need 1 Spirit Guide, 1 Rhinos, and then they have 2 Unknowns. In which case, Thoughtseize kind of loses its luster. Thoughtseize was more like a card to have versus an Endurance. But then maybe, like, Second Daze is better. Somehow, some way down the line here. Okay, let's oh, they could also, you know, if they hit the bribery now, then they get to just take my Thassa and wait, I voided out all my bouncers, so it doesn't matter. Okay, let's put Cavern and Thassa and then go like this. Okay. And now the question also is, do I need to Daze here? Oh, they didn't do it? What the hell? Okay, now I wish I had the I had the Thoughtseize. But yeah. Okay. Interesting. So fire and ice doesn't kill our creature. But 2 fire and ice will. They could have a bounce spell, but if they have bounce, it's not so bad. Let's put away like Dark Ritual and Daze, I guess. And play around another Force of Will. If they just have light, they wouldn't have Lightning Bolt. They can't have like 1 mana cards here. They could have the, oh yeah, if they have the Endurance, I lose. This is it. What do you have? You must have something, right? They didn't combo us, they just forced once. They're paying cost. Oh no! This feels like Endurance. Yeah. Shit. Okay. I'm gonna play this out. It's for all the marbles, so to speak. Okay, I'm gonna put these on the bottom because there's a world where they attack us here, and I get to block and draw Doomsday and cast another Doomsday. It's probably not a world that ends how I want it to end. So, are you gonna cast something? Okay, so they make the rhinos here. I think that means regardless of what happens, I am le dead. Alright, you got me. Well played, sir, ma'am, whatever. Let's just see what we would have drawn. Well, there is the Doomsday. Alright, GG's opponent. Oh, sad we couldn't make the trophy. Alright, well, I mean, that was a lot of fun. I feel bummed that I lost the trophy match. That it is what it is. I do kind of feel like my first impression is, if I'm being honest, is like the Doomsday part of the deck kind of pulled the weight here, and the Beseech, yeah, I don't know. We did have a couple of Beseech kills, or at least one that I can remember off the top of my head. But I don't know. Like it felt like there were at least a couple of times where I needed what do you call it? Like things to bargain away that I didn't have. So I'm not sure if we're like just making regular the Mirror Doomsday worse by adding these cards. I did like the really the one that sticks out was the blue black shadow opponent that missed lethal on their attacks, and where I had also like not gone for it the turn before but cast the ponder and all that stuff. And that was certainly I was at a point there where Beseech won where Doomsday would not have won. But yeah, I don't know. Anyways, like I think it's a super sweet card. I'm excited to try and play some more with it. But yeah, for now, I think I'm going to leave it at that, and I look forward to reading your comments, and I hope you had fun. I'll be back with some more Magic, some more Legacy. So until then, stay safe. Bye-bye.